that I did not
Who did you call? Kendall. We got Remy up in here, everybody. Say it, everybody. Everybody, be committed. I like the shirt, Remy. I'm in a fantastic mood today. We will get to the show, but do you remember how we do the show, how we start every single time, Remy? 60 seconds of gratitude. What do you think I'm thankful for today? I am thankful for Jish, but that's not who. I'm going to talk about Jish in a second. Before that, I'm going to talk about something I'm very thankful for right now. If you're on here, do me a favor. Like, comment, share the stream. Fire a question at me if you would like, because I did make this post yesterday. We'll get to that another day. But what I'm very, very thankful for, my 60 seconds of gratitude may turn into 180 seconds. I don't know how long it could go. May go longer. But I'm very transparent. I'm very open about my finances. I'm very open about my mistakes. But I don't want to brag on what I've done. It's just part of me codifying or showing you examples of could it be done, how it could be done, why it needs to be done. So I'm probably in the best. Hey, you know what that is? Can I knock on your head? I'm knocking on wood because right now I'm finally in the best financial. What is the word I'm looking for, Van? Solvency? Is that a word? What does solvency mean? I don't have plenty, but I've just got more than I've ever had. Shannon Whittler, thank you for getting on here. Mr. PMG is on here with us. If you have questions about these crazy rates, what they're doing, reach out to Shannon at the PMG Premier Mortgage Group. He did say happy birthday, Josh. Me and Van together, because I don't know. Amanda, thank you for getting on here. If you have a financial question, fire that before we get into Josh's birthday celebration. So I finally paid off that credit card debt. 3 months ago, it was probably $41,000 worth of credit card debt. $41,000 of bullshit. That's the way we say it in Russia. Bullshit credit card debt. I had a truck payment out there of $713. Trying to think, was there anything else I could think of that was in my way? Taxes, but that's something that's got to be done no matter what coming up, especially because today is April the 12th. It's due within this week. So in the last 2 months, I paid off the credit card debt. I paid off the car yesterday. It's like $14,000. I have paid all the taxes. What year would that be for? 21?
What you just paid?
Yep. So 21 and the first quarter is going out, and I still have money left over. I've never been in this financial position ever in my life. I've always been a struggler. Always. Until very recent. And the reason why this happened is 2 years ago, I started paying attention to things. And if you pay attention to things, they will improve. Over the last 6 or 7 years, I paid attention to social media more than I did my money. And guess what I had the greater gains on, social media or my money? Social media. The last 2 years, I've kind of switched over to where, man, none of this matters if I'm not making any money or if I'm not keeping any money or if I'm not doing this or I'm not being a good steward with the money. So I'm very proud of me. Enough of me. Today, we're going to move on to a gentleman by the name of Joshua Benton Harold. JB. Got a new name for you. Do you like JB, Benny the Kid?
Benny the Kid's the one.
Okay, here's how many names this guy's had. He's 21 years old today. His name is Josh Harrell. He's had a lot of names. Benny the Kid. Hyena. Dumbass was my favorite for a long time. Dipshit. What other names? Fayho. Fayho was on there. And where's your wife? Why is she not on here? So, in all honesty, I don't give Josh a lot of credit. Do I give him a lot of credit? Pats on the back? Sometimes. Well, I'm going to spend a few minutes patting this little bitch on the back, okay? So, I used to do this show. It was called Straight from the Gut, where if I could go back and talk to me at 30, that's what the premise of the show is. What do I wish I would have known so I could have done things differently? How would I have handled myself at 30? And I would just talk about life lessons. What would I do if I could go back at Benny the Kid, JB, Benton, Harold? What could I do different if I was wanting to go back and replay my life from 21 years old? And I thought about this morning, Josh. I thought about all the things that I would like to do if I were in your shoes. And honestly, I came away and I don't know if there's really anything I could say to do different than what you're doing now. I'm sure there probably is, but I think what you're doing today, did you say thank you to me or somebody else? Say thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know who would do something different. Everybody in here is older than Jish. Is there Van? You're one of the oldest people I know. What would you tell Josh? Is there one thing when you look at Josh, you need to be doing this. You need to be doing X. Is there one thing you could think of he needs to be doing?
I really can't. He's doing great on every front that I can think of.
Now here's what's just completely crazy is a year and a half ago, I could have given you a list this long, maybe that long, of all the things Josh could be doing. But when I look at him, let's start out. I do believe Josh is extremely committed. Josh, tell the people, what are your always that you do every single day? Always.
Always wake up early. Always go to the gym.
Do you always wake up at the same time?
4:30 every morning.
So you got to be specific. It's more persuasive.
I always wake up at 4:30.
Josh always wakes up at 4:30. What do you always do next?
I always get in the gym by 5 o'clock.
Do you always leave the gym at a certain time?
Yes.
What
I
time?
always leave the gym at least by about 5:50.
Always. Okay. So then what do you do?
And then I always drink a protein shake after I get home from the gym.
Okay. Do you have an always of what time you're ready and by the time you get here?
Yes. Always leave the house by 7:40 and get here by 8 a.m.
All right. Then what does your day look like? You just break them down into a few always.
I always make phone calls. I always train. I always listen to you up here doing the morning grind.
Have to do that to work here.
And then I always just take account of what I got going on that day.
Okay. So if I could go back and like reprogram me, who was going down this wrong path. I mean, I don't want to say it was a wrong path, but it was a very unproductive path at 21 years old. There was one thing that was really missing. One thing that was I don't know if I'd call it one thing. There's a lot of things. But my main problem at 21 years old is I didn't have like a clear direction of where I was going. I didn't know exactly what that target was. And Josh, at 21 years old, I think he knows exactly what he wants today. When I was 21, I wanted things in my future. And the reason why I was moving things out into my future is because I really didn't want to do what it takes in the moment. Like at 21 years old, you've got things you want to accomplish. When I was 21 years old, I wasn't thinking like that. I was the one-day guy. Do you know what a one-day guy is?
Like one day I'll do this.
One day this is going to happen. One day this will be my ideal situation. One of these days. And I did not want to put that pressure on me right then because it was going to force me to commit. Do you ever think about this? Do you ever think about, I'm going to go on a diet. I'm going to save money. I'm going to make money. I'm going to do things. But I think a lot of times people, they don't want to put it right in front of them and say, I'm going to do it right now. I'm eventually going to do this. I talk to people all the time, and they're always about to do shit. You ever been around those people? I'm about to do this, or I'm going to do that. But how many people are going to do it now? Who's going to do it now? What Josh does, it really probably sucks to do everything that he does, but he would probably feel like shit if he didn't do that every single day. If you weren't doing what you're doing every single day, you'd be miserable. But the biggest thing I wish I could have done at your age is I really wish I would have committed in the moment. I committed to the future. And that whenever you're committing to the future, what does that take? It's just words. Drew says, happy birthday, little brother. The other half of the original GTT soldiers. That's what Andre said. So I feel like what separates Josh from most people, including myself, is he made a decision and he decided to commit right then in the moment. I've always been committed to my future. But committing to your future is a lot easier than committing to right now. So we gotta move on because I got a sales meeting I gotta get to. But if you see Josh, I want you to know how proud I am of this dude who he came here from high school. Hey, were you still in high school? Were you skipping class to come here?
I just graduated like 2 weeks before.
He just graduated high school. He started going to college. Hey, he quit for me. I'm just kidding. If your mom watches this, does she think I taught you into quitting?
No. I always tell her I did.
What do you have to tell her?
What do you mean?
Did she ever say Tommy talked you into doing this?
No, she was all for it.
Okay, so Josh came here as an 18-year-old kid. Were you 18 yet? Just turned 18 years old, and it's been almost 3 years, man. It's amazing. It's amazing what anybody, if Josh can do this, if I can do this, anybody can do this. Because I would not say, Josh, you're not the smartest guy that works here. No offense. But you're not. I'm not the smartest guy that works here. I don't take pride in being the smartest person. But to see, without giving you hell, to see what you've done over the last 3 years, that is one of the reasons why I do what I do. It's not for money, but it is to make a difference. And whenever you show people what you've done, that's what makes me proud. Shut us down, Vin Grufton.